Imagine a woman living a double life, a journalist by day and a spy by night. This is the story of Jane Vialle. Born on a warm late summer day on the 27th of August 1906, Jane Vialle was destined to become an enigma wrapped in mystery. As a young woman, she found her calling in the world of journalism, her words flowing like a river, captivating readers from all walks of life. She penned her thoughts for the newspaper confidences in Marseille, bringing the stories of the people to life. But her journalistic journey did not stop there. Jane's words traveled across the Mediterranean, echoing in the pages of North African newspapers. Her stories, filled with vivacity and spirit, resonated with the readers, earning her a place in the prestigious Agence France Presse. Here she charted the pulse of the world, reporting events as they unfolded, her words carrying the weight of truth and integrity. Jane Vialle's journalistic prowess also found a home in the newspaper combat. Her relentless pursuit of truth, her courage in the face of adversity, and her dedication to her craft made her a force to be reckoned with in the world of journalism. She also served as a correspondent for newspapers in French West Africa, her stories bridging the gap between continents, cultures, and people. But while her career as a journalist was flourishing, the world was on the brink of a cataclysmic event that would change the course of history. As the dark clouds of World War II began to gather, Jane found herself in Marseille, a city that would soon become a beacon of hope and resistance against the rising tide of fascism. But as World War II begins, Jane's life takes a dramatic turn. As the war rages on, Jane's world changes. She's in Marseille, a city buzzing with resistance. This is no ordinary city. Marseille is a hive of activity where refugees from all over, Germans, Jews and others, find shelter and receive aid. It's a city of hope in the midst of despair. It's a city where escapes to the US and Britain are planned and carried out, where safe houses provide refuge, where alliances with the British are forged, and where escape routes like the Pat Line are masterminded. It's in this energetic and courageous city that Jane meets Jean Gemahling, the head of the Resistance Intelligence Network. Gemalhing, a man of vision and resilience, sees in Jane the potential for a secret weapon. He recognizes her wit, her sophistication, her ability to blend in and yet stand out, to be a voice in the crowd and yet remain silent. He offers her a position as his secretary, a role that is far more than it appears on the surface. Accepting Gemahling's offer, Jane steps into the world of espionage, entering the Resistance Intelligence Network. It's a world of secret messages, coded communications, and covert operations. It's a world of danger, where every move could lead to discovery, where every word could be a giveaway, where every action could mean life or death. But it's also a world of courage, of standing up against the oppressors, of fighting for freedom, of being a beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. Jane isn't just a secretary, she's a spy, charting the movements of Nazi troops, providing vital information to the resistance. With each passing day, she becomes more immersed in this clandestine world, becoming a key player in the Resistance's intelligence network. She's no longer just a journalist, she's a part of something bigger, something more significant, something that could change the course of the war. And so, Jane Vialle, the journalist, becomes Jane Vialle, the spy. As a spy, Jane is tasked with charting the movements of Nazi troops. With this mission, Jane Vialle becomes an integral cog in the resistance machinery. Her role is not just about clandestine meetings and secret codes, but it's also a game of chess played on a grand scale, where each move can determine the fate of countless lives. In the shadowy world of espionage, Jane's task is perilous in the extreme. She must blend in with the enemy, observe their movements, gather crucial information, and relay it back to her allies. It's a dance on a razor's edge where a single misstep could spell disaster. Yet Jane carries out her task with an unflinching resolve, driven by the knowledge that her work is vital to the resistance effort. Every troop movement she charts, every piece of intelligence she gathers, is a potential blow against the Nazi regime. These are not mere numbers on a page or pins on a map. They represent lives saved, battles won, and a step closer to the end of a horrific war. Jane's work is not for the faint-hearted. It requires a keen eye, a sharp mind, and a courage that defies description. She must navigate a world of suspicion, where allies are few and danger lurks around every corner. It's a world where trust is a luxury she can't afford, and where silence is often her only defense. Yet despite the risks and the relentless pressure, Jane remains steadfast. She has seen the horrors of war, the atrocities committed by the Nazis, and she is determined to do her part in bringing about their downfall. Her resolve is as unyielding as steel, tempered by the fires of adversity. Her work is a testament to the power of the individual in the face of tyranny. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there are those who refuse to bow to oppression, who choose to fight no matter the cost. But in a world of espionage, danger is never far away. As Jane charts the enemy too is closing in on her. The stakes are high, the risks even higher. But for Jane, the fight for freedom is a cause worth risking everything for. In 1943, Jane's world comes crashing down. She is arrested. The ink barely dries on her clandestine reports when the doors are broken down, and her world is turned upside down. The charges against her, as serious as they are vague, are activities harmful to national defense. Her captors, no doubt, are aware of the gravity of their captive. In the cold, grim confines of a prison cell, Jane Vialle finds herself. Unexpectedly, her pen is replaced by prison bars, her secret reports swapped for court documents, yet her spirit remains unbroken. She is shuffled from a camp to a prison, her freedom hanging in the balance of a court hearing. It's a far cry from her work in the resistance, charting the movements of the enemy, yet the stakes remain as high. Her court hearing is a tense affair. The charges against her are read out, each word punctuating the silence of the room. The charge is a serious one, activities harmful to national defense. The room buzzes with the echo of the accusation. She had been charting enemy movements, working tirelessly to aid the resistance in its fight against the Nazi regime. Now, her actions are being judged, dissected, and scrutinized. Jane's time in prison is harsh and unforgiving. The days morph into nights in a monotonous cycle of uncertainty. Her world is reduced to the four walls of her cell and the endless waiting for news. Yet, her spirit remains unbroken. In the face of adversity, her resolve only strengthens. She clings on to hope, to the belief in the cause she served. As the days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, Jane's fate hangs in the balance. Her trial a stark reminder of the price she's paying for her courage. The charges against her are severe, a testament to the threat she posed to the enemy. But Jane is not easily defeated. Despite the odds stacked against her, she perseveres. Her spirit, unbroken by the harsh realities of imprisonment, remains as strong as ever. The story of Jane Vialle, however, is far from over. After her release, Jane returns to the resistance, rejoining Gemalhing in Lyon and Paris. Once again, she plunges into the world of secrets and shadows, her spirit undeterred by the hardships she had faced. Jane, the unassuming heroine, resumes her role as a spy, charting the movements of Nazi troops with a renewed zeal. Her courage undimmed, she continues to outwit the enemy, her sharp mind and keen senses her most potent weapons. Jane Vialle, the woman who had once penned stories for newspapers, now pens the fate of the resistance, shaping the course of history with every coded message she sends. In the face of danger, she stands tall, her resolve as steady as a beacon in the stormy seas of war. Her determination, her bravery, her unwavering commitment to the cause of freedom, these are the things that define her. Jane's courage and dedication earned her the Medal of the Resistance. Jane Vialle's story is one of courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to freedom. In the face of great danger, she chose to stand up for what she believed in, becoming a crucial member of the resistance in World War II. Her work as a spy, charting the movements of Nazi troops, was instrumental in the fight against the Axis powers. Her contributions didn't stop there. Despite being arrested and imprisoned, she returned to the resistance after her release, continuing her invaluable work. Her actions were recognized with the Medal of the Resistance, a testament to her bravery and dedication. The legacy she left behind is profound. Jane Vialle's story serves as a reminder of the power of individual actions in the face of adversity. Her courage in the darkest of times shines a light for future generations, inspiring us all to stand up for what we believe in. Jane Vialle, a woman of mystery, a woman of courage, a woman of resistance.